Good morning, grade 9. Today we will have a quick revision about quadratic function and their properties. Quadratic function of the variable x can be written in this form: y equals, or f of x equals, ax squared plus bx plus c, such that a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equals to 0. For example, f of x equals 12x squared minus 3x plus 1. A here is 12, b negative 3, and c is 1. The graph of a quadratic function is a parabola, opens upward or downward. According to what? According to the value of a. If the value of a is greater than 0, the parabola gonna opens upward, like this one. If the value of a less than 0, the parabola will open downward, like this one. And now, let's talk about zeros and x's of symmetry. Zeros of the function are the x-intercepts. Here we have the zeros, these two x-intercepts. What is the axis of symmetry? The axis of symmetry, it's a line divide the parabola into two congruent parts. How to find this axis of symmetry? So the axis of symmetry, you can find it by finding the value of x of the vertex. How? Using this rule, x equals negative b over 2a. Let's see an example. Find the zeros and axis of symmetry of this function. By using the graph, you can find the zeros. We said that the zeros are the x-intercepts of the function. As we see here, the zeros are negative 4 and 2. Yes, there are two zeros, negative 4 and 2. And we said that if you want to find the axis of symmetry, the axis of symmetry drawn at the x of the vertex. How to find the x of the vertex? You have to use the rule x equals negative b over 2a. Go to your function and tell me what is the a. The a here is 1 and the b positive 2. So when we use the rule negative b here we have 2, and here we have 2 times a, which is 2 times 1 equals, so negative 2 over 2 give me negative 1. So we can draw the axis of symmetry at x equals negative 1. As we see here, this is the axis of symmetry, the red line. How to find the vertex of the quadratic function? The vertex is the main point of the parabola. How to find it? We know that the vertex contains x and y. How to find the vertex? The x, you can find it using the previous rule, which is negative b over 2a. This is the first step. So we have here what is the a is 1, b is 2. By using the rule, we did it before, we got the x equals negative 1. What about y? To find the value of y of the vertex, take the value of x, which is negative 1, and substitute it in our function. Instead of x, put its value, which is negative 1, to get the value of f of x or the value of y. So here we have negative 1 squared give me 1 plus 2 times negative 1 give me negative 2 minus 8. The result gonna be negative 9. So the vertex x negative 1 and the y negative 9. This is the vertex. Look at this parabola. The parabola here opens upward. How do you know? From the function, we have here a is positive 1. It's bigger than 0, so the parabola opens upward. When the parabola opens upward, it will have a minimum value. And this minimum value equals negative 9. How do you know? You know it from the value of y. The value of y of the vertex, negative 9. This is the minimum value of the function. So the function has minimum value equals negative 9. What about this one? A here is negative half. So it's less than 0. Of course, the parabola will open downward. When the parabola opens downward, it will have maximum value. And the maximum value here, if you look at the y value of the vertex, which is negative 4, this is the maximum value of the function, which is negative 4. I want you to remember that we have function families. We talked before the linear function. Here we have the greatest power to the power of 1 here, so its graph will be a straight line. It's called linear function. If you have in the function absolute value, as we see here, the absolute value, its graph take the shape of V. And we have here cubic function, the greatest power to the power of 3, and this is its graph. And of course, if you have quadratic function, the greatest power to the power of 2, we have parabola, as we see here, maybe opens upward or downward. And this function, square root, and this is its graph. Thank you for your listening.